Hi folks, my name is Zach Padilla. I'm the product specialist and sommelier here at the Liquor Store and Wine Loft of Jackson Hole. Today we're jumping in, we're going to taste the La Dôme de Grand Bois. This is their 2010 Côte du Rhône. It is 70% Grenache, 20% Cinsault, 10% Carignan. Next up here is the Cachet Côte du Rhône. This is their 2009, and this is 70% Grenache Noir, 10% Syrah, 10% Carignan, and 10% Cinsault. Finally, the Bastide de Beauvais. This is 70% Grenache, 30% Syrah, and it is a 2007 Côte du Rhône. So today's theme, obviously, Côte du Rhône. Let's jump in, see what you think. You can join us every week here in the store from 4 to 7 p.m. On Fridays for our wine tastings, or check them out on the web at wineliquorbeer.com. So the nose on this one is definitely fruit forward, you know, big raspberry, blackberry kind of characteristics, but get a little bit of plum, definitely getting a little bit of a floral kind of characteristic here too, but I'm definitely noticing some like baking spice and a little bit of vanilla kind of characteristics. So maybe a touch of either used or semi-used French oak. I like it though. It's got a nice little nose. I kind of don't want to walk away. Great acidity this one. Definitely makes it wash all over your palate. So you're getting a little bit of that kind of chocolate characteristic all over your mouth, along with a little bit of an oak mouth feel. So I'm going to call it a little bit of like a white pepper kind of characteristic. But there's also definitely that molasses, more vanilla than molasses. Absolutely vanilla. But then there's some big fruit here too. There's a lot of that cranberry, that blueberry, that raspberry tartness. It's quite jammy, quite fun, but it's still light and easy drinking enough. I'm seeing this one with some lighter dishes. You know, I'm thinking maybe, you know, maybe some chicken would be nice, like a roast chicken dish would be good. This could also be nice right by itself. I mean, with the temperature as warm as it is, this is a nice fruity wine for just sitting around all day long. So, nice one. We'll move on to the Cachet Côte du Rhône. This is their 2009. Color's about the same. Nose is quite different. This one still carries that raspberry, blackberry, blueberry kind of characteristics, a little bit of plum, getting a little bit of that chocolate, but I'm getting a little bit more of like a barnyard character. Definitely getting kind of an earthier mushroom, truffle, barnyard kind of characteristic. Bigger chocolate too, absolutely a bigger like dark chocolate kind of characteristic. This one is a little bit tighter on the nose. This one was a little bit more open, but still great nose. These guys are great noses. Does not disappoint on the palate though. All over the place, big jammy characteristics, a little bit of dried fruit. Still getting a kind of a mixture of red and black and maybe a little bit of blue fruit. Not a lot of blue fruit. I'm seeing a lot more of that black and red fruits here, from raspberry to a little bit of strawberry, maybe a little bit of plum. These are nice. And there's definitely still that oaky, chalky pattern on the palate as well, with a little bit of chocolate. Really nice. And definitely that barnyard too. Very lingering. Move on to the Bastide. This is the Bastide de Beauvais Côte du Rhône. You can probably see a little bit of a difference here in the color. This has got a tinge of orange on the rim, a little bit of a slight breakdown, brickish kind of color. But the nose definitely shows some like raspberry, some definite black fruit, maybe a little bit of a raisinated character as well. Getting definitely still a little bit of that barnyard characteristic, barnyard and earth, that chocolate, but these are nice. This nose is a little bit probably in between, not quite as open as this one, not quite as tight as that one, somewhere in between. I'm just smelling this and I'm thinking this one needs some meat. I mean, we need a good hearty steak for this guy. Gorgeous palate, absolutely. Those raisinated characteristics where we're looking at some dried raspberry, some dried plum, and maybe a little bit of touch of blueberry. there's definitely a vanilla characteristic here. They're using, if not some new French oak, they're probably using quite a long, lingering period of time for used French oak, but there's definitely some nice flavor to this one. Decent tannins too, and with that tannin structure, we want to make sure we give it some fat because it'll break through that fat and really develop the flavors of the dishes. So I'm thinking a big steak here. Ribeye would be fantastic. If we want to even go with duck, I bet it would go great with some duck. So I loved it. Hopefully we'll catch you guys next week. Make sure to join us here in the store every Friday from 4 to 7 p.m. Otherwise on the web at wineliquorbeer.com. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Cheers.